And here we go. I want to, please bear with me for just 1 second. I want to talk about a little bit of something, and then I want to get into this news story, okay? So please just bear with me for a second. I'm getting a lot of comments from people talking about not, this divisiveness and all this, they basically, everyone wants to just shut up about it, right? Just shut up about it, Doug. Just shut up about it. No, I'm not going to shut up about it, okay? This is the one chance that Tractor Supply has to get this right. This is the one chance. And I'm trying to give them all the opportunities I can for them to come out with a public statement. How? Come out with a public statement saying that Tractor Supply does not condone this behavior. Tractor Supply will not support this event if they're going to have drag queen story time, right? That's all that I was after. And then somebody tried to put up videos and, basically discredit me, cause a big confusion over the issue. I have people coming and saying that this story is totally bogus. Okay, on and on and on. All right, so what am I supposed to do? A person who is trying to present the truth and knows it's the truth. Well, I have to keep on presenting it. And so here we go. Here's today's installment. I will warn you, if you have children watching, I'm putting it all on the table right now. So don't have them to watch. I'll give you one heads up here as we get into the video when I'm going to drop the news clip. There's news clips, all right? And so I'm just warning you up front, okay? And now we're going to kind of get into it, right? Now, if you're not understanding what's going on, we busted Tractor Supply supporting and sponsoring, right, drag queen story time. And we're not down with that in this community. We don't have any problems with the gays and the lesbians. As Christians, we pray for you. That's the best we got. There's no hate in our heart for you, okay? Just don't believe the lies, because it's not true. And there's some, far, religious people to the right or to the left, or however you want to say it, just like there are with anything, okay? So the mass amount of people don't condone your stuff. They don't appreciate it, but they don't want to chase you down and burn you at the stake over it, right? We just pray for you guys. That's it. There's no hate here. So don't try to read hate into these videos. This has absolutely nothing to do with this community, this LGBT, whatever community, okay? This has to do with the sexualization of kids. And I want you guys, please do not click off this video. I'm going to present all my evidence, and then we got to keep lighting Tractor Supply phones up. So please just stay with me. All right, but just remember, we all have to peel open the onion. We have to get to the truth. And it's going to take like independent reporter people like us to do it. And then we have to be 100% knowing that whatever we're spewing, saying is correct to the best of our ability. We can't be sloppy. This is not the time to be sloppy. And here we go. Texas scorecard, real news for real Texans. And there was a nice young lady. Her name is Soli, S-O-L-I, Rice. And another thing I want to talk about is this news article is from October 13th. Right? It's December. Okay? No one's talking about this until Ted Nugent rang it in my ear. Okay? So we've been sitting around since October and all of November. And no one said nothing about this, not a peep, until I heard it on Ted Nugent. And now it's kind of the topic of conversation, isn't it? So just think about that. They were just trying to keep it hush-hush and let it stay nice and dead and quiet, right? And then no one would have ever said nothing, and next year would have came along and they would have said, well, I'll be glad to sponsor that event again. Now, what I did find out is that they've been hosting this event since 2017, okay? 2017, and the best I could find out, this is the first year that Tractor Supply sponsored and promoted the event, right? So that's why this is their one chance that they can make this right. I know I was following a news story of another company, I can't recall off the top of my head, who bought into all this stuff, and then once they learned that this drag queen stuff was going on, that was it. They said, we'll support it, but no drag queen story time. Right? So let's just stay focused on that, okay? A lot of good things are coming out of these videos. We have to be patient and stay vigilant for the truth. The Texas Scorecard, real news for real Texans. And again, some of these pictures you might consider graphic coming up. As I narrate this story, I will be injecting them for your viewing pleasure. So please remove your children from the room. Elon Musk's SpaceX sponsors all ages drag event. I'm trying to understand why any adult thinks it's okay and why other adults need their sexual preferences and kinks validated by children. Soli Rice, Solirice, Rice, contributed this story, and thank you for that. And for everyone who videotaped what I'm about to show you, thank you for that. And for everyone speaking out about this, thank you for that. Everyone that's doing this is risking a lot to bring you this information, and I'm not sure if everyone understands this. This isn't a bickering battle. This isn't a back and forth. This is shining the light on some very nasty stuff. SpaceX thanks you. Last week, Waco Pride WPN hosted a family-friendly, child-friendly drag event called Out of the Brazos. The event presented multiple men dressed as women performing provocative dances in front of children. A story time for children hosted by another man pretending to be a woman, a trans healthcare panel for children, and an education lecture on sexually transmitted infections. Controversy surrounding this event as soon as it was announced. People immediately noticed that the event's sponsorship by SpaceX, and we're noticing that the event sponsorship by Tractor Supply, because it's relevant to our community, causing Elon Musk's involvement to be challenged online, and Musk has remained silent regarding this issue. And to the date I'm posting this video, I haven't heard him come out and say anything about it. Along SpaceX, and this is the disheartening part, the part where the unbelieving world simply finds unbelieving, several churches also sponsored the event, creating even more of a commotion. Central Presbyterian Church of Waco, Central Texas Metropolitan Community Church, University Baptist Church, Flaming Baptist, and Lakeshore Baptist Church. I made a correction in an earlier video, and I had stated that I had misspoke, or I didn't have my evidence to go toe-to-toe at the time. I had said that there were some Baptist churches in there because I remember reading it, and I didn't want to say it for sure when you guys called me out on it, but there's your proof. The biggest controversy, though, was caused by a video posted by podcaster Brianna Robinson on Instagram and reposted by Robbie Starbuck on Twitter. And I want to thank both of those individuals for contributing to this video, for putting this information out there, for videotaping it, and for being a loud voice and advocates of children who are being sexually exploited. Robbie Stark says kids in Waco, Texas were treated to a drag show by someone named Harlot Hussey at an event reportedly sponsored by SpaceX. Hussey spread her legs and simulated rubbing their genitals for the kids. Elon Musk, please tell us this won't happen again and speak out against this. Tractor Supply, please tell us this will not happen again and publicly speak out against this. Robinson attended the event with hopes of uncovering the disturbing content being forced on kids by parents and groomers. What I saw yesterday was not a family-friendly event. It was a bunch of adults living out their sexual kinks in front of children and attempting to bring them into it, Robinson said in an Instagram video about the event. It was not family-friendly, wrote one of her Instagram followers in agreement. This was child sexual abuse. Waco will not tolerate this victimization of our kids and regression of our culture. Robinson also posted videos of these groomers dressed as strippers on display for children to see. There were numerous drag performers. However, drag dancer Harlot Hussey gained the most of the outsider attention for his explicit routine performed directly in front and with children. Hussey flaunted as much skin as possible, dressed in fishnet tights, tiny shorts, and barely their top with cash hanging out from the gap in his chest. Children stood aghast, but parents cheered as the groomers dressed as the stripper as he performed a disgusting and disturbing routine. It says disturbing. I called it disgusting. Routine directly in front of their children's faces. Hussey proceeded to touch himself provocatively, drop to the ground, spread his legs wide, and simulate running his genitals. People were outraged after seeing the video Robinson posted of the event. "This should be against the law, and how and why it isn't, I will never understand," said one tweet. "This is essentially promoting pedophilia. I'm trying to understand why any adult thinks it's okay and why other adults need their sexual preferences and kinks validated by children. Why do more people not find this disturbing?" Another citizen commented under Robinson's post. When the video was brought to WPN's attention, they rushed to release an apology letter, in quotations, regarding the explicit dancer. They expressed very briefly that they accept responsibility and apologized that this, Hussey's performance, occurred. WPN then went on to say, "We do not believe that these performers have malicious intentions, but we do not condone their actions." The network then focused their attention on vilifying Robinson for recording the video and harassing and lashing out to anyone she could find. They explained that an individual, Robinson, attended their event with the explicit intent to spread hate and misinformation about our community. They attempted to place the blame for the disgust that the video had received on Robinson, saying she took the video out of context and continues to spread lies about them and misrepresent them. The topic of ending explicit drag shows for minors is expected to be an issue in the upcoming legislative session, as State Rep. Brian Slayton, he's a Republican in Royce City, has pledged to file legislation to ban such events. Isn't that funny? Now, some people say this is an isolated event. Maybe they got tricked. I'm not going to put any commentary in here. I'm trying my best not to. The fact of the matter is they've hosted this event for 7 years. For 7 years, Tractor Supply has not been any kind of attendance at all. Okay? In 2022, Tractor Supply shows up. Actually, in 2021, Tractor Supply shows up. And from what I'm showing you here, they're the only corporate sponsors on the list. Now, for Tractor Supply to say that this was just a one-off, I'm calling them a liar. Or if they have some really bad communications at their office. Because I had a subscriber send me an email, and this is what it says. Hi, Doug. This is just a quick note to affirm you are absolutely correct about Tractor Supply's involvement in Pride events and that their senior management knew all about it. My wife and I live in Franklin, Tennessee, and in 2021, the first Franklin Pride event was held here. Attached as a PDF and letter I signed and sent to Tractor Supply CEO and chairman and board expressing my disappointment over the company's involvement and as a vendor and urging them not to sponsor future Pride events. So they had a warning already. I never received a reply, but they knew there were concerns when they decided to again be a vendor at Franklin Pride 2022, which included drag queens and performers such as Majors Minors and Blair Beep and Queens. Our woke mayor even issued a proclamation recognizing celebrating the 2022 event. And that did not go over well with their community, and they let them know about it. Sam's Club was also a sponsor of the event, and the local Sam's manager had no idea what was going on. And I'm showing you guys pictures of the event right now, as well as a list of the sponsors. And on that list of sponsors, there's no Walmart, there's no Home Depot, there's nobody but Tractor Supply. Thanks for watching my video. If you all will please write Tractor Supply and let them know how you feel. I don't believe our community, I don't believe that any community is down with drag queen story time. If I'm mistaken, please leave that in the comments. Otherwise, if you found this video valuable, give it a thumbs up. hit the subscribe button, and share it with your friends. As always, thanks for stopping by the homestead. All the links with all the proof, the video, the schedule. I have the schedule. I showed that in the video here. So I'll leave all links underneath this video. And I hope to see you on the next one.